Shalom, my friends. I'm Rabbi David, and today I'm going to give you a declaration that if you say it every morning, will change your life forever. This is not just a positive affirmation. This is not just a motivational quote. This is a spiritual decree, a declaration of identity, a statement of truth that rewires your brain, realigns your spirit, and repositions you for success, wealth, and freedom. For thousands of years, Jewish people have understood the power of morning declarations. And today, I'm going to share with you one of the most powerful declarations you can make. By the end of this video, you will know this declaration. You will understand why it works, and you will have a framework to make it a non-negotiable part of your morning routine. But before I reveal this declaration, I need to ask you something. Drop a comment below and tell me, what is the first thought that goes through your mind when you wake up in the morning? Is it a thought of gratitude or a thought of dread? A thought of purpose or a thought of pressure? Tell me in the comments, because your first thought sets the tone for your entire day. Now, before we dive deep into this teaching, I need your help with something important. I'm on a mission to reach 50,000 subscribers so I can spread this timeless wisdom about wealth, faith, and legacy to even more people. If you believe this wisdom deserves to be shared, if you believe these ancient secrets can transform lives, then please hit that subscribe button right now and join this growing community of modern thinkers and future millionaires. And I have something special for you. I've created the Torah Millionaire Business School, a complete course for just $299, and it's closing soon. In this course, I unveil the full Torah wealth system, the same 3,000-year-old Jewish money laws that built dynasties, protected families, and created unstoppable prosperity. The link is in the comments below. Don't miss this opportunity. All right, let's get into it. The declaration I want you to say every morning is this: I am not a slave to my circumstances. I am a creator of my destiny. I was not born to obey. I was born to command. Today, I will not trade my life for a salary. I will build a life that works for me. I am not a victim. I am a victor. I am not a servant. I am a son, daughter of the King. And today, I will live like it. This is the declaration. And if you say it every morning with faith and conviction, it will change your life forever. Why? Because this declaration does three things. It redefines your identity, it realigns your focus, and it reactivates your power. Let me break this down for you. First, this declaration redefines your identity. Most people wake up in the morning and their identity is defined by their circumstances. They are a slave to their job, their debt, their health, their relationships. Their circumstances dictate who they are, what they can do, and how they feel. But this declaration says, No, I am not a slave to my circumstances. I am a creator of my destiny. You are declaring that your identity is not based on what is happening around you. It is based on who you are in God. You are a creator, made in the image of the Creator. You are not a victim of your life. You are a victor over your life. In the Torah, God says in Genesis, "Let us make man in our image, in our likeness, and let them rule." You were created to rule, to have dominion, to be a creator, not to be a slave, not to be a victim, not to be a servant, but to be a ruler. And when you declare this every morning, You are reminding yourself of your true identity. You are stepping out of the victim mindset and into the victor mindset. You are moving from slavery to sovereignty. Second, this declaration realigns your focus. Most people wake up in the morning and their focus is on survival. How do I get through the day? How do I pay my bills? How do I please my boss? How do I manage my problems? Their focus is on getting by, not getting ahead. But this declaration says, today I will not trade my life for a salary. I will build a life that works for me. You are declaring that your focus is not on survival. It is on building. It is on creating. It is on designing a life of freedom, purpose, and abundance. In Proverbs it says, "Where there is no vision, the people perish." If you don't have a vision for your life, you will perish. You will be consumed by the demands of the day, the pressures of the moment, the expectations of others. But when you have a vision, when you have a focus, when you have a purpose, you can navigate the challenges of life with strength, clarity, and resilience. This declaration gives you that focus. It reminds you every morning that you are not just working for a paycheck, you are building a legacy. Third, this declaration reactivates your power. Most people wake up in the morning and they feel powerless. They feel like they have no control over their lives. They feel like they are at the mercy of their circumstances, their boss, their economy, their government. But this declaration says, I was not born to obey. I was born to command. I am a son, daughter of the King, and today I will live like it. You are declaring that you are not powerless, you are powerful. You have the authority of a king's son. You have the backing of heaven. You have the power to command your morning, to command your day, to command your destiny. In the Torah, when God revealed his name to Moses, he said, I am who I am. He is the self-existent, all-powerful God, and you are made in his image. You have been given a measure of his creative power. You have been given the authority to speak, to declare, to command. And when you use that authority, when you speak with faith, when you declare with conviction, you activate the power of God in your life. This is why this declaration is so powerful. It redefines your identity. It realigns your focus. And it reactivates your power. It is a spiritual technology that transforms you from the inside out. Now, let me tell you the story of how I discovered the power of this declaration in my own life. 25 years ago, I was not a millionaire rabbi. I was a struggling accountant. I was working 60 hours a week at a job I hated. I was in debt. I was stressed. I was miserable. I felt like a slave to my circumstances. I would wake up every morning with a sense of dread, a sense of powerlessness, a sense of hopelessness. One day, I was reading the book of Proverbs, and I came across this verse. As a man thinks in his heart, so is he. And it hit me like a lightning bolt. I realized that my outer world was a reflection of my inner world. My circumstances were a reflection of my identity. I saw myself as a slave, so I was living like a slave. I saw myself as a victim, so I was living like a victim. I saw myself as powerless, so I was living like I was powerless. And I decided in that moment that I was going to change my identity. I was going to change how I saw myself. I was going to change what I believed about myself. So I wrote down a declaration. It was similar to the one I shared with you today, and I started speaking it every single morning. I would stand in front of the mirror, look myself in the eyes and declare, "I am not a slave. I am a son of the King. I am not a victim. I am a victor. I am not powerless. I am powerful. And today I will live like it." At first, it felt like a lie. My circumstances were screaming the opposite. My bank account was screaming the opposite. My job was screaming the opposite. But I kept declaring it, day after day, week after week, month after month. I was reprogramming my mind. I was rewiring my spirit. I was redefining my identity. And, slowly but surely, things started to change. I started to feel different. I started to think different. I started to act different. I started to see opportunities where I used to see obstacles. I started to take risks where I used to play it safe. I started to build where I used to just survive. Within a year, I had quit my job and started my own business. Within 5 years, I was a millionaire. Within 10 years, I was a multi-millionaire. And it all started with that morning declaration. It all started with changing my identity. Now, let me give you 3 stories of people who used this declaration and experienced transformation. Story number 1. Sarah. Sarah was a single mother working a minimum wage job. She was struggling to make ends meet. She felt like a victim of her circumstances. She felt powerless to change her life. She was living in a state of constant stress and anxiety. I taught her this declaration. I told her to say it every morning before she went to work. She did. Every morning she would stand in front of the mirror and declare, "I am not a slave to my circumstances. I am a creator of my destiny. I am a daughter of the King, and today I will live like it." Within 3 months, she got a new job that paid her double her previous salary. Within 6 months, she had started a side business that was bringing in an extra $1,000 a month. Within a year, she had moved into a new apartment in a better neighborhood. She told me, "Rabbi, this declaration changed everything. I stopped seeing myself as a victim and started seeing myself as a victor. And when my identity changed, my life changed." Story number 2. David. David was an entrepreneur whose business was failing. He had lost a major client. He was in debt, and he was on the verge of bankruptcy. He felt like a failure. He felt powerless. He was ready to give up. I taught him this declaration. I told him to say it every morning before he went to his office. He did. Every morning he would declare, "I am not a slave to my circumstances. I am a creator of my destiny. I was not born to obey. I was born to command. And today I will build a life that works for me." Within 2 weeks, he came up with a new idea for his business, a new strategy, a new direction. He started implementing it, And within 6 months, his business had turned around. He was profitable again. He was growing again. He was successful again. He told me, "Rabbi, this declaration reactivated my power. I stopped focusing on my problems and started focusing on my purpose. And when my focus changed, my results changed." Story number 3. Rachel. Rachel was a woman who had a dream of writing a book, but she had been procrastinating for years. She was afraid of failure. She was afraid of criticism. She was afraid she wasn't good enough. She felt stuck. I taught her this declaration. I told her to say it every morning before she started her day. She did. Every morning she would declare, "I am not a slave to my circumstances. I am a creator of my destiny. I was not born to obey, I was born to command. And today I will build a life that works for me." Within a month, she had started writing her book. Within 6 months, she had finished it. Within a year, she had a publishing deal. Today, she is a best-selling author. She told me, "Rabbi, this declaration gave me the courage to pursue my dream. I stopped listening to the voice of fear and started listening to the voice of faith. And when my voice changed, my actions changed." These stories are real, and they illustrate the power of this morning declaration. Now, let me give you a practical framework to make this a non-negotiable part of your morning routine. Step 1. Write it down. Don't just say it in your head, write it down. On a piece of paper, on a sticky note, on your bathroom mirror. Put it somewhere you will see it every single morning. The act of writing it down makes it real. It makes it tangible. It makes it a commitment. Step 2. Say it out loud. Don't just read it silently. Say it out loud, with passion, with conviction, with authority. Let your ears hear what your mouth is declaring. The Bible says that faith comes by hearing. When you hear yourself declaring these truths, your faith will grow. Step 3. Say it with emotion. Don't just say the words, feel the words. Feel the power. Feel the authority. Feel the freedom. Feel the victory. Emotion is the fuel that drives transformation. When you combine declaration with emotion, you are creating a powerful force that will change your life. Step 4. Say it in front of a mirror. This is crucial. Stand in front of a mirror, look yourself in the eyes, and say this declaration. This creates a powerful feedback loop. You are seeing yourself declare your new identity. You are seeing yourself step into your power. You are seeing yourself become the person you were created to be. Step 5. Do it for 30 days. Don't just do it for a day or a week. Commit to doing it for 30 days. It takes time to reprogram your mind. It takes time to rewire your spirit. It takes time to redefine your identity. Give it 30 days and watch what happens. Your life will never be the same. Now, let me address some objections I know you're thinking. Objection number 1. This feels arrogant. Who am I to say I was born to command?
You are a son or daughter of the King. You were made in his image. You were given dominion. This is not arrogance. This is alignment. You are aligning yourself with who God says you are. You are stepping into the identity he gave you. Arrogance is thinking you can do it without him. Faith is knowing you can do anything with him. Objection number 2. This feels like a lie. My circumstances are terrible. How can I say I'm a victor? You are not denying your circumstances. You are declaring your identity in spite of your circumstances. You are speaking to your future, not your present. You are calling things that are not as though they were. This is the language of faith. And when you speak the language of faith, your circumstances have to change. Objection number 3. I don't have time for this in the morning. You don't have time not to do this. This declaration takes less than a minute, but it will save you years of struggle, frustration, and failure. If you don't have time to change your identity, you will always be a slave to your circumstances. Make the time. Your destiny depends on it. This is the declaration that will change your life. It will redefine your identity. It will realign your focus, and it will reactivate your power. Say it every morning, believe it every day, and watch as you become the person you were created to be. Here's my final challenge to you. In the comments below, declare one part of this declaration that resonates with you the most. Is it, I am not a slave to my circumstances? Is it, I am a creator of my destiny? Is it, I was not born to obey, I was born to command? Is it, I am a son, daughter of the King? Tell me in the comments. And as you declare it, you are activating it in your life. And if this video has given you a declaration that can change
your life, subscribe to this channel. Share it with someone who needs to be reminded of who they are. Because this is not just information, this is activation. This is a key that unlocks your destiny. Remember, you are not a slave, you are a sovereign. You are not a victim, you are a victor. You are not a servant, you are a son or daughter of the King. Now go live like it. Shalom, my friends, and may you be blessed with the courage to declare your true identity, the faith to believe it, the power to live it, and the destiny that comes from it. Now, let me go deeper into the spiritual physics of why this declaration works. Because this is not just psychology, this is not just positive thinking, this is spiritual law. And when you understand the law, you can work with the law. The first law is the law of identity. Your life will always be a reflection of who you believe you are. If you believe you are a slave, you will live like a slave. If you believe you are a victim, you will live like a victim. If you believe you are poor, you will live like you are poor. Your identity is the thermostat that sets the temperature of your life. You can try to change your actions, you can try to change your habits, you can try to change your circumstances. But if you don't change your identity, you will always revert back to your old self. This is why so many people fail to create lasting change. They try to change what they do without changing who they are. They try to lose weight, but they still see themselves as a fat person. They try to make more money, but they still see themselves as a poor person. They try to build a business, but they still see themselves as an employee. And eventually, their identity wins. Their old self pulls them back to their old life. This declaration is so powerful because it goes to the root. It changes your identity. It forces you to see yourself as God sees you, as a creator, as a ruler, as a victor, as a son or daughter of the King. And when you see yourself this way, when you believe you are this person, your actions will naturally align with your new identity. You will start making different choices. You will start taking different actions. You will start creating a different life because you are a different person. The second law is the law of focus. What you focus on expands. If you focus on your problems will expand. If you focus on your lack will expand. If you focus on your fears will expand. Your focus is a magnet. It pulls into your life whatever you give your attention to. This is why this declaration is so critical. It forces you to change your focus. Instead of focusing on your circumstances, you focus on your destiny. Instead of focusing on your salary, you focus on your legacy. Instead of focusing on your powerlessness, you focus on your power. You are intentionally directing your focus to what you want to create, not what you want to escape. And when you do this, what you focus on begins to expand. Opportunities expand. Resources expand. Favor expands. Wealth expands. Because you are giving it your focus. In the Torah, when the Israelites were in the desert, they were bitten by fiery serpents. And God told Moses to make a bronze serpent and put it on a pole. And anyone who was bitten could look at the bronze serpent and be healed. This is a powerful illustration of the law of focus. They had to take their focus off the snake bite, off the pain, off the fear of death, and put their focus on the solution. And when they did, they were healed. This is what this declaration does for you. It takes your focus off the snake bites of life, the bills, the debt, the problems, the fears, and puts your focus on the solution, your identity in God, your purpose, your power. And when you do this, you are healed. You are made whole. You are set free. The third law is the law of declaration. Your words create your world. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth with His words. He said, "Let there be light," and there was light. He spoke, and it was so. Your words have the same creative power. They are not just sounds. They are spiritual forces. They are seeds that you plant in the soil of your life, and they will produce a harvest. In Proverbs, it says, "Death and life are in the power of the tongue." Your words can bring death to your dreams, or they can bring life to your dreams. They can create a world of poverty, or they can create a world of prosperity. They can build a prison of limitation, or they can build a palace of possibility. The choice is yours, and you make that choice with every word you speak. This is why this declaration is not just a nice thing to say. It is a creative act. It is a spiritual decree. It is a command to your future.